If you're going to drive traffic from Google, you have to rank on that first page. We count ranking in kind of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very simplistic way, and so we see it as this linear relationship between ranking and traffic, but it really looks more like this. There's a very steep drop, and those first couple of positions, usually the first 3, account for more than half the clicks. So even though you may see that there are thousands of results up at top in that number, that first page, that first 10, and even that first 3 or 4 are really what matters. So that ranking for actually producing traffic is really critical. But I think SEO done the best way is a win-win. We're trying to match the people who want to find something with the relevant thing that they want to find. And Google is a very complex, imperfect engine for doing that. And so all we're really trying to do is understand that system well enough to make that match happen. I've been working with a company where they're very, very affected by one particular new feature. Google has launched a new kind of knowledge graph feature in the right-hand column. It's only relevant to this one industry. It's had a massive impact on their clicks, and so they really need to understand that. And I think that's what's made SEO difficult now. That thing only affects maybe 1 in 500 sites. It only affects one industry. But that one industry, it has a massive impact on. So we talk about technical SEO, and technical SEO for the most part is just building the kind of site that can be found. And so there are a lot of problems with the way a site is structured or the way the code on a site is structured that can get in the way of Google doing its job. But the other side of it is that you have to have that authority, what we call it. You have to have people who are interested in you, who see you as a brand, as an entity, and you have to have something to market. And it really depends what your problem is. Is your problem one of no one knowing who you are? Or is your problem one of not being structured in a way that Google can actually find you and represent you? What I want to get into is what are the tools that are out there for diagnosing problems with a site. The core idea is I'm not ranking, or my ranking isn't doing what I want it to do. How do I solve that problem? And quite often in SEO, we solve the wrong problem. I want to help people drill down to whatever their situation is, even if they're not one of the 3. What fundamentally is the struggle you're having? How do we diagnose it before we start to fix it? Because fixing the wrong problem can cost a lot of time and money. I'm Dr. Pete Myers from Moz. Join me on December 9th for the Sunrise Breakfast Series at Gibson's. I'm going to be diving into 3 websites and looking at the SEO process, trying to figure out what kind of ranking problems they're having, why they might not be appearing in search, and from a general search marketing standpoint, understanding how do we reach our audience and how do we make our sites more findable.